Did you know an amateur astronomer actually discovered the distant-most planet in our solar system? The planet was Pluto. And if you, like me, grew up before the 2000s, you remember it like you learned it in school. It was the ninth planet, the furthest one from the sun. You know, that little underdog out there at the edge of the known. And on this day, February 18th, 1930, it was discovered by Clyde Tombaugh. And what's wild about that is that Clyde wasn't even a famous astronomer. He was just a Kansas farm kid who, when the Great Depression hit, couldn't afford to go to college to study the stars. So instead, he builds his own telescopes out of scrap metal, tractor parts, whatever he can get his hands on. And they were good. They were so good that he was able to sketch Jupiter and Mars in detail. He mailed those drawings to the Lowell Observatory in Arizona. And they were so impressed by the drawings, they hired him. And his job there was to compare thousands of star photographs and look for something that moved. Basically the hardest game of Where's Waldo ever played. And on this day, in 1930, he noticed one tiny speck that shifted position over 3.7 billion miles away from Earth. They named it Pluto on the suggestion of an 11-year-old English girl, Venetia Burney. They followed the pattern of naming after a Roman god, and she thought it was distant and dark, so Pluto. And for decades, it was the ninth planet in our solar system. Unfortunately, and what felt like a personal attack on my childhood, in 2006, astronomers officially redefined what counts as a planet. And unfortunately, folks, Pluto didn't make the cut. It was reclassified as a dwarf planet. For those of you who stuck around, thank you so much. And here's your extra tidbit. In 2015, NASA's New Horizons spacecraft flew past Pluto for the first time and sent back something incredible. Pictures, and in those pictures, a massive heart-shaped glacier on the surface of Pluto. They named that glacier the Tombaugh Regio. Regio meaning region, so literally the Tombaugh region, in honor of Clyde's discovery. Take solace, friends, who felt like they did Pluto dirty. Pluto's heart remains unbroken. Where do you fall on this? Do you feel like we were betrayed and they just ruined our childhoods and Pluto should still be a planet? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, please hit that like and subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful day.